Christmas Day, 2020, Shanghai, a city of dazzling lights and relentless ambition, was eerily quiet in the middle of lockdowns. But in the heart of the financial district, one building blazed with activity, the headquarters of Yuzu, a gaming empire. Inside, employees scrambled, their faces etched with panic. Billions were at stake because their founder and CEO, Lin Chi, was dead. But this wasn't just another corporate tragedy. This was a meticulously planned murder, with tendrils reaching into the most successful and now controversial shows on Netflix. The story behind Lin Chi's death is a twisted tale of ambition, toxic rivalries, and a dark sci-fi series that seemed to curse all who touched it. The three-body problem. To understand this crime, we need to rewind 11 years to a tiny bookstore next to a train station. A woman named Song, looking for something to read on her commute, stumbled upon a sci-fi magazine called Sci-Fi World. Inside was an excerpt from a novel that would soon captivate the world, The Three-Body Problem. The Three-Body Problem tells the story of Ye Wenjie, a brilliant Chinese astrophysicist who, after witnessing her father's murder during the Cultural Revolution, is recruited to a secret military base. There, she discovers a way to send messages into space and receives a chilling warning from an alien civilization: do not answer. Ignoring this, Ye Wenjie invites them to Earth, believing humanity is beyond saving. Come here, I will help you conquer this world. Song was obsessed. She tracked down her husband, a director, and together they decided to buy the rights to turn this obscure novel into a movie. In 2009, they met with the author Liu Cixin, a former computer engineer who had written the book in obscurity while working at a power plant. Desperate after being laid off, Liu Cixin sold them the rights for a mere $15,000. It seemed like the couple had just picked up a random rock in the street, dusted it off, only to discover it's a 10-carat diamond, but their dreams soon turned into a nightmare. They secured the film rights and began to look for investors. However, the couple insisted on being heavily involved in the production, with the husband as the director and the wife as the screenwriter. Production companies were not interested. As one source puts it, the couple's skills are basically non-existent. That's when Lin Chi entered the picture, a self-made billionaire who built his empire on online gaming. Lin wanted to create a global entertainment empire with Chinese roots, rivaling the likes of Marvel or Harry Potter. The Three-Body Problem was going to be his crown jewel. In 2014, Lin licensed the rights from the couple and started production on a film. He hired top talent and spared no expense, but after they watched the film, the whole room was silent. It was a disaster. That felt like a PowerPoint presentation. Millions of dollars up in smoke. Lin refused to release the film. Instead, he decided to buy the rights outright from the couple for $16 million. To manage this new venture, Lin poached Xu Yao, a high-profile lawyer known as a master negotiator, offering him a $3 million salary to be the president of the Three-Body Problem universe. But the deal was done. Lin Chi had a ticking time bomb on his hands. He put Xu in charge. According to one employee, Xu was a lawyer who has zero experience in the entertainment industry. Arguments erupted. Billionaire Lin screaming at Xu, "You are a stray dog that I brought in from the street." Desperate, Lin brought in Zhao, a younger, more experienced executive, clearly positioning him as Xu's replacement. Xu's world was crumbling. He was being humiliated. What happened next was something no one could have predicted. Behind the scenes, Xu had registered a chemical import-export company in Japan and was ordering poisons off the dark web. He began experimenting, mixing and combining toxins on stray animals. Eventually, he settled on a combination of pufferfish poison and mercury. Xu's plan was as meticulous as it was twisted. He would poison Lin and Zhao with small quantities of mercury over a long period, making it difficult to trace. But impatient, he laced a bottle of probiotics, intended for Lin, with pufferfish poison. On December 16, 2020, Lin Chi was rushed to the hospital. His body was shutting down. Doctors initially suspected a heart attack. Then they discovered lethal levels of tetrodotoxin, pufferfish poison, in his system. As authorities investigated, they found that Zhao, the vice president, also had alarming levels of mercury in his system, and so did Lin's personal assistant, who was drinking the tea. The chain of suspicion led back to one man, Xu Yao. On December 17th, Xu was arrested. Police discovered his Breaking Bad-style lab where he tested and combined over 100 different poisons. Despite the overwhelming evidence, Xu refused to cooperate. He wouldn't reveal which toxins he had used, sealing Lin's fate. On Christmas Day 2020, Lin Chi died. He was 39 years old. Even after his arrest, Xu continued to play games. He hired expensive lawyers and feigned insanity, hoping to avoid punishment. It didn't work. On March 22, 2024, Xu Yao was sentenced to death. In the wake of the tragedy, the three-body problem finally found its audience. The Chinese adaptation was a hit. Netflix released its own version in March 2024, but it received mixed reviews. Lin Chi never got to see his vision realized. The story of Lin Chi is a cautionary tale, a reminder that ambition, unchecked, can lead to destruction, and that sometimes the most terrifying monsters aren't from other worlds, but the ones we create ourselves. Like and subscribe for more true crime cases and comment your thoughts.